Hi, my name is Carolyn Holzman. I'm with your Austin SEO company, and today we're interviewing Michael Shapshak of Worldpay, and he's talking specifically about credit card processing for the family or the general dentist. So, Michael, thank you for your time, and can you talk a little bit about what's your rates?
That's very funny, Carolyn, because that's the first thing everybody asks me, and there's no simple answer to it. Basically, rates will vary depending on the types of credit cards that are used, from your regular bank Visa debit cards all the way to your corporate cards and rewards cards, everything in between. The best way to find out what a merchant or what a dentist, family dentist, is paying is get me a statement. Let me look at it. I can tell you how many of what types of cards are being swiped at your office, and what I can do is do a full analysis, side-by-side analysis, and let you know what I would charge. And in most cases I've found with local dentists around the area is that I've been saving them over between $100 and $140 per month based on a volume roughly of $26,000. So if you're running higher volume than that, I will most likely be able to save you even more money than that. Hopefully that answers that question.
Yeah, that's really good. And one of the things also that I think it sounds like if they were using a bank to process the credit cards, would that have some impact compared to WorldPay handling the processing?
Well, a lot of people think that the bank is going to be less expensive, but the thing is that most banks are not direct processors. A lot of banks use WorldPay for processing their payments. Banks want to keep you processing because they make money, and you're already tied to the bank in some sort of way. Basically, WorldPay handles everything from swipe to settlement, which means nobody else touches the money but us. There's less paths for it to run into problems of a breach, which is something that definitely you want to talk about with family dentists, PCI compliance versus HIPAA compliant. But WorldPay will be able to lower their fees and rates because of the fact that we're the only people handling the money.
Well, you mentioned an interesting part about PCI compliance with HIPAA. Can you briefly talk about that and how WorldPay is involved in that?
Absolutely. Every medical professional will have to become HIPAA compliant. Part of HIPAA compliance is also PCI compliance. Because payment card industry compliance, credit cards hold a lot of personal information, just as well as doctors have a lot of patient information. They're tied together. So if you're not PCI compliant, chances are you're not HIPAA compliant, which every dentist should make sure that they are. Number one, using encrypted equipment, which means that the data is not stored in the equipment, and it goes straight from the swipe, encrypted 3 times, straight to WorldPay, unencrypted, put into your bank. So it is literally unbreachable, and WorldPay will even insure you up to $100,000 if you were to be breached, because if you are breached, there are lots of forensic audits that go on and can cost in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. We'll cover up to $100,000 of those charges.
Well, that's great. One of the things also, my understanding is, it's also not particularly onerous for a dental office or a dentist, a single dentist practice or multi-dentist practice, to have you examine statements and equipment and things like that to see, number one, are they spending more than they need to spend, or two, is the equipment unencrypted?
Right. Absolutely. Especially if it's a multi-dentist office, what we would want to do is maybe get one piece of encrypted equipment in there, which can run up to 16 different dentists, doctors at the same time, and separate all their funding, separate all their tax statements. Everything would be separated for them through this equipment. And we would make sure through WorldPay 24-hour compliance center, we have live 24-hour, 7-day-a-week compliance center. We'll help you, walk you through compliance, which has to be done annually to stay compliant. And once you stay compliant, you can be HIPAA compliant. WorldPay is so secure that we were selected by the IRS and eBay to do their processing. and they are very, very serious about staying compliant and making sure that they're not breached. So hopefully that answers that.
Yeah, it does. And it sounds like then we're going to put your phone number in here as well as your email. So anyone interested in one or two things, certainly to see if they can save any money, but I think more importantly, ensure that their equipment is encrypted and that they are protected from the costs of the liability of a breach. And so anyway, Michael, I really want to thank you for your time today and your expertise, and we'll make sure that this information gets out to the right folks, and just want to thank you again for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you very much, and hopefully it was helpful to all the family dentists out there.
Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay.